Hello, friends. Welcome to Village Idiots Christ. We're nuts for Jesus and just plain nuts. Just plugging in my phone here. Anyway, we are on Revelation 17. Apologize again for the being out of touch. It's like my voicemails. I never listen to voicemails. It's not that I don't care about people leaving me messages. I just never think about it. So I apologize to any all of my voicemails, and I haven't listened to them. But trying to be consistent on this stuff, I've tried to find a path in my life that's consistent. And I'm 60, almost 62 years old, and it still escapes me. So I apologize for not being that guy that's just Mr. Consistency. I apologize. It's not me. I'm trying. I like to put 3 of these out a day. Villages Christ, spoken word, poetry, and then Jesus Freaks, Persecuted Church. I'd love to be doing 3 of these a day, and I apologize for not, because I want to get this stuff out to people. So anyway, Revelation said enough of me, a minute and 14 seconds diatribe in there. Revelation 17, Revelation 18 are bookends. One is the religious system, that's Revelation 17, and Revelation 18 is the economic system. So it's the two sides of the whore, two sides of this great apostate thing on the earth that leads, in conjunction with Satan, is leading the world astray. And so we're going to deal with the religious aspect now, and then tomorrow, or in fact, we may do these back to back just so we can keep a flow here. So 17 today, 18 tomorrow. I got to remember to do that. But there's, and some people think America may be part of 18, and I'll explain why tomorrow. But we're going to get into this now, so let's just jump right on in there. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate those of you who still watch, who put up with my nonsense. I appreciate it, and I apologize for having so much nonsense. It's not on purpose. You ever look in the mirror and wonder, am I insane? I would do that every day. Am I nuts? Because it sure feels like it sometimes. So, anyway, hope you're still laughing. Hope you're still watching. Hope you haven't tuned out listening to my nonsense. So, Revelation 17, this is the woman on the beast. So, we're going to break this down a little bit. And it's not a very long chapter. It's only 18 verses. The one tomorrow is a lot more verses. So, let's just jump right in here. One of the 7 angels who had the 7 bowls came and said to me, "Come, I will show you the punishment of the great prostitute who sits on many waters, where the kings of the earth committed adultery, and the inhabitants of the earth were intoxicated with wine of her adulteries." This is a worldwide system. This isn't an actual woman. She sits on many waters. I mean, she's all over the earth. And this is a worldwide system, an adulterous system, and adultery, not physical adultery, but it's adulterous against God. It's just a false, adulterous system. The supposedly religious system, which absolutely has nothing to do with the Bible or God. And so, again, the inhabitants who are intoxicated with the wine of her adulteries, this system intoxicated people. It was such a good deception that people loved it. Let's keep going. Then the angel carried me away in the spirit into a desert, and I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast that was covered with blasphemous names and had 7 heads and 10 horns. The woman was dressed in purple and scarlet and was glittering with gold, precious stones, and pearls. She held a golden cup in her hand filled with abominable things and with the filth of her adulteries. Let's stop there. The angel carried me away. So the angel took John into a desert to show him a more panoramic view of this, a vision of this woman. I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast. Now the woman is the system. She's the whore. This whore that has destroyed the world. She's the system, and she sits on the beast, which is the Antichrist. And the Antichrist and her are going to be in league for a time. And we're going to find out what the Antichrist eventually does to her. That'll be in the next chapter. But part of the final deception is, actually, what I believe is the woman, this system is going to help welcome the Antichrist in to the world. He may even appear to be part of this system, and then he's going to turn against her. And we're going to see that in the next chapter. Though I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast with cover of blasphemous names, and had 7 heads and 10 horns. Go back to chapter 13 and 14. You see the Antichrist, and this all fits in with the The woman was dressed in purple and scarlet and was glittering with gold pressed on. So This woman is opulence. I mean, she is covered with gold and precious stones and pearls and glittering with gold. I mean, she is, she's a very, very wealthy system. Shall the gold cup in her hand filled with abominable things and the filth of her adultery. Just disgust. She is vile. She is the ultimate meaning of vile. This is just disgusting, that picture there. This title was written on her forehead. Let's keep going. Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes and the abominations of the earth. The abominations of the earth, all the abominable things, the darkness, it's all laid at her feet. That's how bad this is. I saw the woman was drunk. Watch this. I saw the woman was drunk with the blood of the saints, those who bore testimony to Jesus. This false religious system has been martyring and murdering our brothers and sisters for millennia. This has been going on for a long time. Again, she's drunk with the blood of the saints, the blood of those who bore testimony to Jesus. So she claims to know Jesus, but she doesn't. Then when I saw her, I was greatly astonished. So John sees her, he's like, wow. I mean, this is astonishing. But watch what the angel says here. This is just so cool. Then the angel said to me, why are you astonished? I will explain to you the mystery of the woman and of the beast she rides, which has 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast you saw once the beast which you saw once was, now is not, and will come out of the abyss and go to destruction. This again is the Antichrist. He once was, it says he saw once was and now is not and will come out. So there's some mystery here attached to the Antichrist. There's a false resurrection. We see that. I can't remember what chapter, where he has a head wound. I think that's back in 13 where the head wound is healed. He's going to have this false resurrection. Like Jesus had an actual resurrection, the Antichrist is going to have a false resurrection. The whole world's going to be astonished and worship him because he's risen from the dead. He must be God. And so this once was and now is not. I think that indicates this resurrection. And the beast which you saw once and now will come up out of the abyss and go to his destruction. Again, he's from hell and he's going right back there. The inhabitants of the earth whose names have not been written in the book of life from the creation of the world will be astonished when they see the beast, because he once was, now is not, and yet will come. And so this is important. The inhabitants of the earth whose names have not been written in the book of life from the creation of the world. The book of life, Jesus's book of life, lists all the people who are going to heaven, all the people who are saved, all the people who are going to make Jesus Lord. From the beginning, God's always known who were his and who weren't his. That's all. And time is playing itself out to separate the wheat from the chaff, to separate into his barn all of his children, and for those, the children of darkness and of the devil, they're going where they belong. And so, but those people whose names have not been written in the book, and now this is not God choosing them not to believe. This is him knowing, foreknowledge. That word foreknowledge, so critical in all understanding these things. God has foreknowledge of all events, past, present, future. God knows the whole thing. How could he have written this book? How could he have written the book of Revelation, which deals with stuff that's coming in, Ezekiel 38 and 39, stuff that we may see with our own eyes? God has foreknowledge of all future events. And so he wrote the book of life before the creation of the world. He's always known whose were his, and he's written it. It's a done deal. And creation of the world will be astonishment, because he once was, now is not yet. So again, when they see this false resurrection, they go, wow, this guy again must be God. This calls for a mind with wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 hills on which the woman sits. They are also 7 kings. 5 have fallen, 1 is, and the other is yet to come. But when he does come, he must remain for a little while. The beast, who once was and now is not, is an 8th king. He belongs to the 7s, going to destruction. I don't understand any of that. This gets into the 7 horns and 10 crowns and different things. That gets into some deep territory. I teach on a 4th grade level. I don't understand all of this, but what I can talk about is, it's called from the 7 heads are 7 hills on which the woman sits. Now, a lot of people think that the woman is the Catholic Church, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Rome sits on 7 hills. I go on the internet. Jupiter is one of the hills. I can't remember all the names, but there are 7 hills that the city of Rome sits on, and Rome represents the Catholic Church. And so a lot of people have extrapolated out that this may be the Catholic Church. Even one of the popes, I think John Paul, admitted that during the Dark Ages, the Catholics had martyred martyred many, many people, martyred many Christians. They killed many Jews, the Spanish Inquisition. And so, and I'm not beating up if you claim to be Catholic. If you are Catholic, again, even Jonathan Rumi, the guy who's portraying Christ so beautifully, so full of the Spirit, is a Catholic himself. So when I say Catholic, I'm talking about the system of Catholicism. Not everybody who's a part of that system is evil or wrong or dark. I got a good friend of mine, Jay, up there in Massachusetts, I think, brain dead here, and he's a Catholic, but he loves Jesus, So again, this is historic Catholicism. I'm not painting all Catholics with a broad brush here. Like I said, Jonathan Rumi, I think, is the best portrayal of Christ ever. Personal opinion. But again, he's holding on. Mother Teresa. I believe Mother Teresa's in heaven. I believe she knew the Lord, and some of the things she wrote. It appears she had a relationship going on with Jesus. So, again, but this is the system, and even Augustine and church fathers pointed towards the Catholic system. As the Antichrist might be a pope or something like that. So I'm not beating up anybody. I don't do violence against anybody, but I'm telling you what the opinion is here. And the city sitting on 7 hills being Rome, that gives people a lot of pause about the woman. And she sits on many waters, and the Catholic Church is in fact, I just looked it up yesterday. There's 1.4 billion Catholics in the world today, which I had no idea. There's 1.4 billion people claim Catholicism. So they are worldwide. Big system. So just again, I always put it out there for you guys, like pre, mid, and post-trip raptures, and I tell you what everybody's thinking. I always will. I don't beat nobody up. I try to put it out. Hey, this is what people see. This is why they see it. So I'm telling you that right here. So there we go. That's as far as I'm taking this. The 10 horns you saw are 10 kings who have not yet received a kingdom, but who for 1 hour receive authority with kings along with the beast. Now, this is, most people that are into eschatology, prophecy, believe that Antichrist is going to have 10 kings that are going to help rule the world. And so the beast is the Antichrist, and they're going to have these receive authority as kings along with the beast. They have one purpose and will give their power and authority to the beast. These guys are going to be in total league with the beast. And they will make war against the Lamb, but the Lamb will overcome them because he is King of kings and Lord of lords. And with him will be his called, chosen, and faithful followers. So these kings, along with the Antichrist, are going to attempt to make war with Christ as he's returning to the earth. I don't want to go on a diatribe here. But a guy flying from heaven on a horse with all these angels and people behind him, and you're on the earth and you're a human being, you think you can make war against that guy? On the rider on the white horse, which is Christ, coming out of heaven, flying out a horse out of heaven. You think they're probably going to think they can nuke him or whatever. It's like, So anyway, they're going to make war. But he's the King of kings and Lord of lords. And with him will be his called, chosen, and faithful followers. That's us, kids. Woohoo! Amen. Then the angel said to me, the waters you saw where the prostitute sits are peoples, multitudes, languages, and nations. The beast and the 10 horns will hate the prostitute. See, the prostitute's riding it. Go back here. I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast that was covered with blasphemous names, etc. So she is riding on the beast. They're working together for a time, but then the beast and the Antichrist and the 10 kings are going to turn against her. They're going to turn against her. They will hate. They're going to hate. What it is she's this false system of worship on the earth. And Antichrist wants a whole ball of wax. You're not going to worship the Antichrist and this false system. You're going to worship Antichrist alone. So he has to get rid of this false system. But in becoming who he is to take over the world, he has to use her. So he's going to lie to her and use her. Hey, we're together. We're going to rule and reign together, baby. It's going to all be good. Till he cuts her head off. The beast and the 10 horns you saw will hate the prostitute. They will bring her to ruin and leave her naked. They will eat her flesh and burn her with fire. I mean, they're going to take her out hard. For God has put it into their hearts to accomplish his purpose by agreeing to give the beast their power to rule until God's words are fulfilled. The woman you saw is the great city that rules other kings. That people believe, again, that may be Rome. But again, for God has put it into this is God putting it into the hearts of these evil men that he is judging and punishing the beast. I mean the prostitute. And so God does this sometimes. God uses people like Cyrus and guys in the Old Testament to rebuild Jerusalem. I mean, he uses people that aren't even worshipers of him. He has that ability to take their heart and change it. So he's going to put it into these people's hearts, the 10 kings and the Antichrist. It says, the beast and the say they will. God has put it in their hearts to accomplish this purpose by agreeing to give the beast their power to rule until God's reigns and God's words are fulfilled. So God's going to allow the Antichrist to reign in place of the woman, in place of the whore, with the 10 kings. So he's going to put in their heart, okay, I want her out. I want her gone. You take her out, and I'll let you rule until my words are done. There's always a caveat with God until you go this far, but no further. So when my words are complete, then I own everything. But right now, in the middle, this part right now, you can rule instead of the woman for a short period of time, and they're going to take full advantage. They're going to destroy her, just burn her right to the ground. And she's that great city that rules over the kings of the earth. So this is represented by a city. That's why a lot of people think Rome and blah blah blah. And so, but anyway, that's the woman on the beast. That's Revelation 17. We'll do Revelation 18 tomorrow, so we can keep these bookends together. Because Revelation 18 is interesting with all the economic stuff. This is the whole religious system, 17, and the economic system is 18. So it's very interesting. I'll point out some things where people look at this and go, that can't be Rome, but it could be this. That's what we'll talk about tomorrow. Anyway, love you. Can't get enough of you. Appreciate you. Thank you for putting up with my nonsense. And God lets crazy people preach. So it's not my fault I'm crazy. I was born this way. Anyway, love you. Can't get enough of you. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Woo!